Yeah, I think it should be fine now. Okay. Yeah,
Hello?
so how is
Can you hear
everything?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. It's all good.
Yeah, okay, good to hear. Well, what's the latest news? What you been practicing so far? I remember we talked about you and the Lucio trying to practice some of the verticality, short range angles. Yeah. Did you have time to practice that on the Lucio or?
Yeah, I feel like um I try to do it a little bit more, but I feel like I still kind of keep falling back into old habits. Like
Hmm?
after a while, like I'll start doing it like sometimes, and I'll just start doing the old stuff over again
Hmm.
that I was doing before.
Okay, that sounds like an somewhat of a autopilot problem to me. Maybe can you describe me how do you practice all these concepts? Yeah, what do you exactly do? Do you just review the notes and then go in the game right away trying to practice, or yeah, do you have some sort of system? I guess.
Just kind of yeah, just kind of going into a game, well, seeing like reading over everything, and then going into like just playing like right away after that.
Sure. Okay, so maybe let's discuss that more. I think it can be really important, can help us learn some. Okay, so you at the moment to deal with some sort of autopilot. Okay, I'm just gonna use the sport. Okay, now, yeah, I think the recording is up too. Everything's up. Okay, so basically, we're trying to fix this autopilot. Yeah, so this is more of a autopilot problem to me. And do you think is there anything you can do? So you sort of just reading notes and then jump in the game right away. Anything else you can do to make sure the habits are well, you can keep track on the habits. Yeah, maybe you're not falling back to the previous habits. You sort of maybe can update yourself live during the game. Maybe yes, something. Anything what comes to mind.
Um, just reminding myself that I should be like looking for like a vertical angle or like something else than what I'm currently doing, like being on the ground too much.
But how do you do that exactly, specifically?
Um,
So this
just
is the
kind of
problem
look
for
at
you.
like where I'm at and realize that I should be somewhere else, like r- where am I, like closer to my team, like on my.
Here's the thing. You doing the live because this is how your brain works. Your brain always wants to fall into autopilot, and it's not that it's bad. A lot of times, it's a good thing as well if you're able to implement. I mean, if you just playing normally, but when we trying to learn something new, you need some sort of effort to keep an eye on. Yeah, you need to make sure you, I guess, learn something new. So you need some sort of reminder for yourself. Like maybe it can be something. Just uh I can come up with suggestions like you can have the notes you write by yourself. Yeah, so write your own notes. This is one.
Okay.
You can maybe have something like sticky notes, possibly. Just put it in front of you, see what you practice. I highly do not recommend, do not just read all the notes I get to you. Really use sticky notes and maybe write one, two things you want to practice. It just yeah, one two goals. I guess this is good to say. So it's not gonna be easy for you to just fall back into old habits because if you keep it simple for you, it makes it easy. And also, if there's a physical reminder, this is kind of good. Mm, Anything else you could be doing? We just make sure you, I guess, transition from one goal to another. Because here's the thing: whenever you sit in a long game, whenever you're just trying to, well, it's can be scrims as well for 2 hours long or so. Your attention will drop eventually. It's like sitting in a long
Yeah.
lecture. You eventually want to, yeah, your brain just kind of gonna shut down a little. Well, just the attention will be lower. Anything you could be doing to keep your attention. Maybe this is something what keeps your attention. Hi, sure. Um, Anything else?
Um. hmm.
maybe have
I don't know.
can you, well, I'm just thinking about something, maybe even having some sort of like an alarm, something what reminds you, maybe have it on your phone, maybe have this again piece of paper, but it's kind of similar to sticky notes. Yeah, I think, yeah, some players even do this, they just have an alarm to remind them, yeah, every 20
Okay.
30 minutes I'm focusing on something, so you just don't forget. Yeah, you do not shut down because you sit in a long queue, like you sit in a long match. Maybe you can do that. You can come up with something else. This is something you can think about. But whatever keeps your attention high, whatever keeps your attention just always, yeah, if you're always there, I guess it's always nice. It can be even the small things you can do in real life, maybe doing certain routine, certain warm up. Um, yeah, I think this can help, but this is quite important. Okay, so it's just about this the little thing about autopilot, but yeah, is there anything else you've been struggling with?
Um, mm, not not that I can think of.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
At
okay,
least according to like
okay.
the stuff that we talked about previously.
Sure. Out of all those concepts, what you been able to implement effectively?
Just trying to um play more with my team. With like my positioning.
Yeah, so it's sort of you mean just contributing to the fight where your team is fighting?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. What about you using, let me see, vertical, let's see, short range, how that went?
Sometimes I feel like I get too close to like the enemy, and then I kind of put myself in like
Hmm.
a bad spot.
Hmm. Okay. So
So
it's
I feel like I die too often for being too close, because I'll like try to like 1v1 someone or like be
mhm,
too deep.
mm, mhm. Okay, we can take a look. Let's see. Okay, anything else you've been, well, so this is one struggle, kind of one problem. Is there any other problem what you've been facing when you try to practice all of this so far, or?
No, I've been like I haven't been playing Lucio the whole time. I've been like trying to do like couple heroes. I've been playing Ana a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I definitely like as it comes to Ana, which you'll see in the replay, but I feel like I waste my cooldowns too much on her.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, sure, we can take a look. Do you have the codes? Yeah, I think, yeah, I remember you sent me one, I guess. Yeah, you sent me one where
There's one
what
where it's just Ana, then there's one that has I
let's see.
play Lucio in the first one, and it's Ana in the second round.
Yeah. Okay. Do you wanna? Well, I think it might be better to focus on Lucy a little bit more in our case because we
Okay,
did the Lucy before. But yeah, it's up to you. Well, we can also do the Anna later. I'm thinking if you run her
okay.
quite frequently for other compositions, because currently, yeah, we've been.
Yeah, I do.
Hmm. Okay. For what kind of compositions you run her at the moment?
It'll be I play her in Brawl or like Dive, but like if I'm not on the Lucio, like in Brawl, then I'll be on
Hmm.
the Ana, and then my other support will normally be playing the Lucio.
Yeah, okay, interesting. We'll to be looking into that. Yeah. When do you play each? Okay, I'm thinking we can review that later. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at the Lucio then, and yeah, because it's just basically 45-minute session. A lot of times it's gonna be we're just gonna be focusing on one, two things. Later we might talk about Diana when we do one-on-one with you. But yeah, I think it's fine. We did the team session with you before, and now just looking at your Lucy would be quite beneficial there. What exactly to do with your composition? Yeah,
Okay.
in your comps there. Okay. So first game here, sure. Okay. Mm-hmm. And yeah, if you're gonna have any questions, feel free to ask those. It's totally fine.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So, oh, It's the first. Ah, okay, okay. I'm just gonna skip to the part where you play Lucio, basically. Let me see. So it's the second. Yeah, the second
Yeah.
half. Nice. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, maybe just this talking about the angles a little bit more because this is what our previous lesson been more about. Okay. Let's see. Any thoughts, by the way, right away, because we did talk about, well, hold short range verticality, but any sort of target priority where you should be, because you look at your comp, who do you support with your angles? Maybe who do you enable here? Who do you disable? Maybe, yeah. I mean, well, start with enabling on your comp.
Probably either Soldier or the Doomfist.
Mhm.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to hold that right side. That's where we're gonna be headed. That's what like we're
Mhm.
trying to like hold
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
angle.
Sure, sure. Okay, okay, I like it. So we're trying to enable the most active person here. Let's put it this way: when whoever is going the most aggressive, and I think mainly you're right. You're either gonna be around the soldier. It's possibly, well, typically maybe just make sure he's able to kite, speed boost in, speed boost out, or look for a quick dive with your team, something like with your Venture, Doomfist together. I'm
Okay.
thinking. Let's see. Okay. So just trying to go towards the Venture, kind of put the attention towards your soldier there, so you help him out. Sure, you did with the Venture. It's reasonable. Put up the heals. Shoot the hog now. Okay. Doomf is going in. You help him out. Okay, fine. Yeah, I think it's going alright so far, and maybe. Yeah, I think it's going alright. Oh, your Doomfist just fell down. It happens. Okay, okay.
I should probably go to point here, shouldn't I? Like while that
Mm.
Moira's there, like capping, or
Mm.
should I stay with the
Mm.
soldier?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Yeah, you will be looking to enable who is the most active and disable. Now, your soldier, a lot of times, well, he is benefiting out of the mostly your speed boost if he can go in and out, but he still got reasonable mobility. So, like at this point, do you need your soldier? Does he need help with the speed boost? At the
No.
position where he is. Yeah, so it's no, and this is where you make a decision. You want to always be there where it's some sort of danger. Again, it's either your team receiving pressure. This is what I mean by active. Yeah, they receive pressure, or the enemy team applying pressure. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna write down. You're like disable anybody who is applying pressure. So now, at this point of time, any thoughts? Who is applying more pressure on the enemy angles? Well, who is kind of, I guess, maybe killable as well in a way at this point of time?
Probably the Moira. She's just kind of there by herself.
So then this is how you're gonna make a decision. Yeah, she also used the fade there. So you just wanna identify who is really just potentially, yeah, the most aggressive with their position, stuff like that. Something what's killable as well. It's always nice to disable. Yeah, like let's put it this way. Yeah, dangerous and killable can be your target priority. And now this is the most killable. Not as dangerous maybe. Maybe the hog is more dangerous, but this is
Yeah.
definitely, well, it's 3 to 4 as well, and just pretty tough for you to get it. So I'm thinking, yeah, go on this. Enable Soldier indirectly, just help him out to get the Moira. You will be hopping in the wall. By the way, even if you're here, you still should be on the wall. It'll make it easier for the
Yeah.
Sansa to shoot you. That would be there, definitely. You want one of the best to stall the point, too. There's something to
Mhm.
just potentially bait, like Hawk's Hook, maybe. It's always nice. Yeah, this is good. You make them stuck in the wall. Yeah, in the corner. Okay, help your Doomfist out a little. Yeah, again, I'm just wanna fight the most sweating angle here. See, okay. Yeah, I think. What do you think? Is it fine? Like, where do you put your attention here? Is this angle? Is this the most active one? What's your thoughts?
Um,
Seems like reasonable
I, th-
enough.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, I think so
Um,
too. Yeah, this is good. And your soldier was important too. Something what we talked about before in the team session, make sure you connect what you're doing to the plan. If your plan has been set here, like let's use Soldier Visor, you should find a way to enable your soldier. Yeah, it's either
Okay.
I'm trying to just protect him, like just potentially disrupt the enemies who's trying to hook him, or maybe like just shoot him, and also help him out in general. Yeah, I think this is fine. You don't have to a lot of times exactly stay with him. Yeah, maybe get closer to the Hanzo, just boop him as well. But yeah, this is reasonable. Like yeah, this is what you're doing there is good. Just it's always we want to enable something what's scary, and the soldier's ultimate is
Okay.
really scary for the enemy team. It died unfortunately, but yeah, this is fine. I would just be a little bit closer, like don't go back, instantly push forward, a little bit of mechanical thing there. I'm thinking, just keeping an eye. I don't want you to exactly be reacting to just one angle, but also be more anticipating which angle is gonna be more aggressive potentially. Kind of maybe try to keep an eye on 1-2 angles. So for example here, what you did is you just going after the Moira. This angle here was your Doomfist. You happen this dive be happening. But then while you're doing that, also think who might be more active later as well. Yeah, keeping an eye. Okay, if this Moira is here, but what's the next target for you is gonna be most likely at this point?
Either probably the hogs. The
Mm,
Mercy's probably gonna like back up, like
yeah.
so it's gonna be hard to like dive her without getting like hooked or
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that by the hog.
Exactly. 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 So this is what you will try to do. Yeah, try to keep track on 1-2 angles, because with you as a Lucio, well, in theory, you should be able in the long term to track everything on the field, kind of saying, okay, this angle goes here, that angle goes somewhere else, and then try to adjust your position. First of all, your position accordingly, because this would help you. Yeah, you would not just go back instantly, but kind of instantly be there. Because see, this hook,
Okay.
you would be already disrupting it if you keep an eye on just anticipating this. I'm thinking. Well, to keep track on 1-2 angles, you can also maybe add something like track important abilities in general. So it's again your team. You can keep track on that, what you're trying to enable, and ultimates, and also same about the enemy. Like big stuff you can disable. The hog's pretty dangerous. The hook's pretty dangerous. Maybe you can also disrupt range or short range pressure with a drill. Maybe disrupt the Hanzo storm arrow. Stuff like that. Yeah, this is good. So you disrupt the Mercy as well. So just if you would be closer, maybe you would do it slightly earlier on. So you would get
Yeah.
the Moira would not be in a fight, and then you kill the Hog faster, and yeah, then it would be easier win probably. You wouldn't need to use the first ultimate maybe too. But yeah, it's fine overall. Yeah, you just need to polish, I guess, and this anticipation sort of stuff. Now I'm seeing it here. Well, Adventure's going to the left angle, huh? Oh. Just trying to look for the flank there. Okay, Candy, your Kiri eventually TP there. Okay, you're helping this guys
I
out.
think I came too late, probably, right?
Yeah,
Like it was already
probably, yeah.
over.
It seems like, yeah, this here. Well, again, it's really important. What are you guys playing around? Yeah, if you play for the Ventures pressure, well, you definitely shouldn't be here. If you play for the soldiers, again, I will probably stay there, but then your Venture should know that too, playing around those angles where we're playing for the Visor anyway, yeah. But
Yeah.
this is by the way, this is something you can remind your team of too, like not necessarily the captain sometimes, but it can also be you. But yeah, if you see this, you definitely have to come in a little bit earlier. Yeah, I don't think it's usually typically you start with seeing what you can do the short range, I guess. Kind of saying, okay, who can I get closer? Something. Yeah, this is what we talked about before. And then later, if there's nothing to do, well, then play around your soldier. Sure, kind of just poke, shoot, but your what are you really good at as a Lucio is being in the short range, disrupting people, yeah, boop them in, out, depending on the situation. We still get the venture there. And that's the point too. Oh, you need to be on the wall. Like a little bit too scared there. I think. Yeah, just go here. That's the
Yeah, I
point.
was like too scared of the hog a little bit.
Yeah. It's okay, like to be scared, I guess, of the hog, but then in this case, okay. Well, let's say he comes out when you're on this wall. What can you do to dodge the hog, the hook possibly?
Just stay on the wall. Either
Well,
that or
yeah.
uh, like boop him like before when I'm anticipating he's gonna do it, 'cause then it'll like mess
Exactly.
it up.
Exactly. So this here, yeah, because you anticipate dangerous ability, you can first of all boop it. Second, your movement, how you, I think it's even just using your speed boost can be quite helpful because the idea is whenever you play against big burst, make sure you change your angle slightly whenever big burst trying to aim at you. Yeah, and how do you change your angle a little bit with the Lucio is by changing at least changing a movement pattern. This is one. Second, you can also think about using your speed and you get a little bit faster. So it's harder for the hawk to even predict what you're gonna do, but you definitely have to be playing around this area. Sort of, you totally can. You guys can fight this area later. You have the soldiers angle here too. So yeah, don't be scared. I think if you die here, by the way, whenever you die in those situations, it's fine. You can learn from it and see how you can adjust in terms of just safety. And maybe you need to use certain cover. Maybe something didn't work out with the way you use your abilities, but it's quite important. I think to just solve this more of a playmaking part. Yeah, make sure you're proactive doing the stuff. Get there, make mistakes. It's fine to make mistakes. It's really good. We can fix that later. And I definitely do not hesitate to fight these guys. Be more brave in a way with all this pressure, short range
Okay.
pressure angles. Okay, so here you guys have to reset and you got the beat. Well, what do you think?
Mm.
Enabling something, disabling something with that. Yeah, what are you looking for with the beat?
Probably just doing like a fast like engage, like just go like deep.
Okay, fast engage with who? Who do you enable?
Probably maybe the venture, because venture has all we can like
Huh?
I can beat for them. They can like dive in and use their ult.
Can you say like pretend that this is the game and send tell me the quick plan you can come up with? What's your thoughts? Just I mean quickly like in a game covering those three questions. By the way, like the ones we went over, what you do when you do it and where you do it.
Um, we're gonna just rush the point and
Mm-hmm.
use B and venture ult
Yeah. So see,
as soon as we all
the
group up.
second, yeah, the second part with the eventual, here, be careful with exactly maybe telling them like micromanaging, but you could say, okay, like do not exactly, you have to maybe tell them to use the ult, but kind of suggest, okay, let's rush in, yeah, like their backline can be the point, for example, if you know the backline is there, or maybe let's go up the right bridge, I will beat you venture, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, so you cover and you cover all the three questions. When you beat, well, when venture is in, yeah, where you beat on this bridge or like backline, yeah, towards the bridge. What do you do? Yeah, you use your beat there. If they ult or not, you can also ask, okay, do you want to ult there too? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, fine. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, definitely be careful if you're starting to be proactive with the plan. But this is a good thing. Yeah, I want you to be proactive and say, okay, I'm looking to enable you guys this way. It's a scrim, yeah, so it's quite going to be quite important. In competitive, it's going to be different, I'm thinking, but in competitive, whenever you're going to be playing there, it's going to be really more about anticipation. I'm anticipating this and this, yeah. I'm seeing my team attacking, like maybe my Doomfist attacks, yeah, again, venture attacks, and I can just beat them in. Maybe it's also anticipating certain the enemy stuff, what they will do. But yeah.
Okay.
Now, what do you guys to find a way to be proactive? And you one of the pieces, you can make this proactive plans because now you guys, you had the Soldier Advisor for a real long time. You have the beat also for a real long time. This entire point, it's like one beat for this entire round. It's you could
Yeah.
already have two, right? That's why come up with something proactive. Guys holding your ultimates for no reason a lot of times.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I definitely fall into like this situation where I try to hold it for only ultimate enemy ultimates.
Yeah,
I don't actually use it for
yeah,
like engages and
yeah.
stuff.
I want you to try this out. Just do it more for engages at this point of time. Later, of course, we also want to anticipate like ideally what the enemy might do and such, and then the beat because they do something. But I would rather, if you wanna do the beat where you countering something from the enemy team, then still think how do you force this ultimate. Yeah, a lot of times maybe they have Genji Blade to keep your beat. Yeah, maybe they have more Coalescence here. Yeah, I guess this is something you could beat, or like Venture Ultimate. Then you just keep it for them. But I want you to also maybe come up with a plan. Guys, can we force Coalescence and I'll beat? Yeah, so see again, more proactivity there. So you don't, well, maybe you don't want to beat right away, sure, but then make the plan to force it. Yeah, like, okay, Venture, me, can we go on this Moira, force Coalescence, and then beat? Yeah, so you, again, this is when you beat. You covered all these questions, what, when, where, you do stuff. This is quite good. Yeah. If you're ever afraid of the ultimate, well, come up with a plan to force it then. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's just definitely a big thing I need to work on is
Mm-hmm.
like actually like being proactive with my beats instead of being reactive. 'Cause I feel like I'm way
Okay.
too reactive with it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna write down the task for you for every time, like most of the time. Try to come up with a plan to force an enemy ultimate and use your ult for it. Or you can just start, yeah, like I'm thinking you can just start even not thinking about the enemy ultimate, just start with aggressive beats and then later you will be more sort of, well, mindful, I guess. Yeah, what I can force out, what I cannot, but this is good. Okay, can just
Okay.
start with aggro beat. Okay, later can look to anticipate. Yeah, anticipate dangerous stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm just writing down. Well, let's see.
Should I have been there with my Doom
Is
or
it
should I
Doom?
just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
leave him there, I guess?
I'm I'm always thinking from perspective of what the angle is most aggressive. It's like it seems you can enable both, but yeah, at this point, what do you think?
Um, hmm. I feel like or Doom's I don't know because there's a Kiriko there. Maybe yeah, I don't know because obviously we saw it happen, but like in the moment, it's like I'm trying to help for my soldier with that venture.
Put it this way: who applies more pressure, this hawk at the short range or this venture at that
Uh,
range?
Probably the hog.
Yeah, the hog. Well, this is how you can go about it. Maybe like quickly, because ideally, use a Lucio, you uh, should be able to support multiple angles. Again, this is some anticipation. You can do that as well. But I see the short range pressure. Well, have this out right away. This up something important. Okay, quickly be here. Later you can go there.
Okay.
You have to be quick. It's kind of like a Mercy's Guardian Angel. Fly from one place to another and be able to support multiple angles this way. Because, yeah, they kind of get stuck there for fighting this hog a really long time, too, which is unfortunate, but... You guys can also keep in mind, yeah, like, your pressure is... You have to be careful whenever you separate your pressure just like that. This is fine if you call out for the rush with the beat, yeah. And see, by the way, you use it for the rush anyway. You don't just use it to, like, counter any ultimate, too.
Yeah. I was thinking to myself, it's like I have to use this because I've had
Yeah,
it for so long. It's
yeah,
kind of like my thought process there.
yeah. Yeah, so I would just totally use it more. Yeah, like you could already have maybe third beat going, and it would be much better. Okay, okay, so it's this Lucio. Do you have any other Lucio ward or?
Mm, I mean, I can. How much time I have left? Do I have time to go like grab one real quick?
Yeah, well, we got 15 minutes, and then we're gonna have the session with Andy. With the
Yeah, let me boot up my Xbox real quick and grab one of the other ones.
That's so good. Yeah, maybe if you have any questions, you can also cover this. Anything in specific, I can explain that a little bit more.
I just feel like um, it's more of should I like how should I like I know like I have to try to like be like more places
Hmm?
at once, but like should I like defaultly be like playing with my tank more or more like with my DPS? I know it depends on the angles, but like generally speaking, like
Hmm? Well, here's the thing. There's no generalization in Overwatch. That's why it's so like complicated. A lot of times you need, well, you can maybe make certain anticipation and think what angle is gonna be more frequently aggressive. So, Lucio, what the Lucio is about playing short range angles, kind of vertical off angles a lot of times, and here who is gonna be mostly with you on those short range vertical off angles by the nature of the heroes. Who's the short range taking off angles too? And your comp, at least. You see this?
probably the Doomfist, I would say.
Doomfist, yeah, Doomfist can be the one, definitely. Maybe Venture as well. Venture can, it's also short range character overall. And here's how you make this anticipation already. Yeah, by the nature of the comp, yeah, your attention will be more on those characters, but it's also gonna be on the soldier, some of it, just not the most of it. Yeah. Now you make these anticipations, and you can also think about, like we mentioned, keeping track on multiple stuff, like keep track on 1, 2 angles, who is being more active, whatnot. So you yeah, so it's gonna be easy, I guess, for you to reposition. Yeah, you need to. There are multiple factors. Okay, so let me just think about
I
adding some.
sent you another one.
Yeah. We can like look at another one, for example. So how do you understand if like when you're keeping track on 1, 2 angles? So because you want to enable the big pressure on your team, disable the big pressure on the enemy. You need certain triggers. Okay, so to give you an example here. Okay. Okay, react to triggers. Okay, let's see this game. Can we do then? Right. Okay. So see, okay, same stuff. Enabling big pressure, disabling big pressure, and you can tell me, like for example here. Well, it's kind of simple right away, but anyway, who is more active at this point of time? Who do you wanna? What
The
angle?
Queen.
The queen. Okay, like your queen is here. The enemy queen is there. Okay. How do you enable your queen? How do you disable the enemy queen?
Maybe just like booping the Queen like backwards like into my
Mm-hmm.
Queen so that so she can escape.
Yeah. So see, okay, like this is one. You need to keep an eye on positional triggers. Like see, okay, who is more frontliney, maybe in a way. This is one trigger. Yeah, I'm seeing this guy like on my team, they're in the most frontline position. This is also on the enemy team the most frontline. I find both ways to enable and disable. Okay, so this is one trigger. A second trigger can be something like looking plain round cooldowns. Yeah, and this is what I mentioned in our team session. This is something you want to make sure you correlate with to keep an eye on the abilities you play around, the big stuff. So let's say they use X. Yeah, this is something you can disable potentially, displace them once they do that because they typically walk forward. Maybe Adventure uses her drill, something I can displace later. Yeah, mostly it's this, in my opinion. You can also think about displacing these guys too, but they're more longer range. You typically will fight probably Rancher and this more, depending on situation still, but yeah, probably
Okay.
this. So this is what I would keep an eye on. Okay, so I'm gonna write down react to triggers. 2 triggers for you. CDs. Um yeah, so I'm thinking really try to do this more anticipation. Yeah, really like be anticipating. Not just go in the game and react, but tell yourself, okay, they have this and this dangerous ability. This is something I can keep an eye on. This is something I can disable.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Well, by the way, looking at the enemy comp, what kind of big abilities it can disable? Just top three.
Um, any honestly any of the Queen's abilities.
Mm.
And then lamp. Um, like a venture like burrow, like when they come out of burrow,
Mm-hmm.
I can like disrupt that pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. 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 Exactly. Exactly. So see, and this is what you're gonna be doing, yeah. I'm just want you to press tab or see if you've done the scouting. See who does this. They use the cooldowns, and then you can be there. Yeah, you can anticipate and then be there to boop them, or maybe use speed boost sometimes. Just disable these guys. And it's the same about your team too. The things you can enable, it's probably again your Junker Queen and also your Ventures pressure. Yeah, let me see
Okay.
yours. Your before. What was that for? So see here, like, do I need well, this here, it feels like they're sort of in danger, but is that enabling my
No, I was just
pressure?
trying to like
Uh,
I was just trying to save the venture because they were
right.
weak.
But do they
Probably
need
should
it?
have.
Yeah.
No.
So and see, it's because again they got the Boro as an example. Let me see, did they? I'm just yeah, they actually did use that. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Then this is another thing. Okay, so cooldowns being used, fine. Yeah, I can keep an eye on that. But positionally, they're not in the most frontline position, so they're not gonna take as much pressure potentially. These guys over here, they're gonna take more pressure. So maybe you can keep the speed boost for first Junker Queen, and also look to disable the enemy Junker Queen too. So see, if you
Okay.
got it, if you would get it here, your Junker Queen uses Shout, and you also speed boost, it would be even easier to like rush the rest of these guys later. Well, you still did rush them too, but I just want you to really keep an eye on who's the most active at all times. And first of all, it's all about how do I enable the my pressure, enable your own plan, enable what you guys doing, and
Okay.
secondly, yeah, also disable yours. Okay, maybe one more example. Okay, we shoot here. Let's see. Just whatever we do. Looking to enable. Okay. Junker Queen. Yeah, this is reasonable. So see again, you're trying to enable how we're pushing up. Makes sense, yeah. Again, more of a proactive approach. Yeah, push up this Ana, sure. Yeah. Disable the Chakra, and yeah, I can just get him through. Nice. Hey, you got the beat. Something to think about. It's either maybe beat engaging, maybe yeah, maybe you can play for Wiser, but it's all up to you. I would like you to think about more proactive ways to find to use your
Okay.
ultimates. Yeah, it can be something like, okay, let's call out, just beat engaged inside of a room, maybe with Jungkook and ultimate later, stuff like that. It can be initiating with something else too, like the Jungkook win or the Kiri, and use your beat second. But it's always might also think what are you exactly disabling, and maybe it's Solari's ultimate. Maybe you can just bait her to use that. Maybe it's something else, but yeah. Keep an eye on that. Okay, now I'm thinking it's mainly it. Maybe let's try to do this. We're gonna talk about this more. I'm thinking just target priority, yeah, reacting to triggers. Yeah, let's pay attention to that more later. It's difficult, I think. Yeah, it's difficult. Requires a good awareness. Yeah, but try to keep an eye on that. Don't forget. Try to yeah, try to apply the stuff we talked about at the start of the session too, about how do you approach the entire practice. I also sent you the notes once we got on the board in your summary. Okay, so just
Okay.
yeah, just to look at those, make sure you apply 1 2 goals during the session is enough, during your play is enough, just one, even honestly, it's gonna be enough. Okay, let's see. So we got today, yeah, enable, disable, yeah, so enabling and disabling depending on certain triggers, such as who is at certain position, like they're maybe in a front line, I can enable them, or maybe they're using cooldowns, I can enable them. Keeping track on multiple angles. And yeah, think just on the enemy team as well, stuff like keep an eye on, yeah, like disable dangerous and killable angle. Okay, this is something you can do. Mm-hmm. Oh, also the ultimate. Yeah, really come up with more proactive plan when you use it.
Okay.
Yeah, come up with a plan to force out the enemy. Ultimate, like force out the enemy to do something, and then use your own. Okay, yeah, it's been mainly it. Okay, do you have any final questions maybe for today?
Um, just what should I just like just like focus on
Hmm?
those like what should I like should I try to do everything like that
No, no,
was
no.
said or do I just like
One by
focus
one.
on like okay.
Just keep start with the one goal. Like I give you multiple notes, but you need to just, as we mentioned in notes, pick one goal and practice that. Later you can practice something else once you feel better at this one goal.
Okay.
We can maybe talk about this a little bit more. Actually, there are also more advanced way to deal with autopilot. If you ever struggle, if you're gonna struggle with the notes, like the sticky notes and keeping your attention up, then yeah, let's talk about, this is what's gonna call, yeah, it's called interleave practice. We can talk about this. You can apply it to your gameplay later. But start, I'm thinking start with the keeping track on CDs, for example. Yeah, really complements our main team goal. CDs, enemy team, your team, disable, enable, this sort of stuff. Yeah, just start with this. Okay. Any other questions?
Um no, I think that's